Witamy w kolejnym odcinku This is Backstage TV. Jesteśmy w Hradec Kralove na Hip Hop Kemp, a z nami są Ugly Heroes, czyli Apollo Brown, Verbal Kent i Red Pill. Specjalni goście, także specjalnie dodatkowy prowadzący i to właśnie ona przedstawi i zada pierwsze pytanie.
Okay, so Apollo, you're first on my list. This is Apollo Brown. If somebody didn't know yet, you should definitely check that out. This is Verbal Kent, representative of Chicago. And here we got Red Pill, straight from Detroit, Michigan. Okay, I would like to first refer to your origins and your background. We are here in Czech Republic. There's a lot of Polish people here, and you both, actually all three of you, live in the biggest Polish community outside of Poland. Do you feel any? How do you feel here? Can you refer like this is your like home place? All those diversity of people everywhere, people from all countries all over the world. How do you feel here? Do you feel any? Can you compare that to your home cities and festivals that are over there?
Well, see, I live near a community called Hradec, and I'm used to going over there and getting some puchkis and some pierogies, but I haven't seen any here yet, so I'm kind of sad about it. So if anybody can point me to them, it would be amazing. I would be very happy.
We are having another 2 shows in Poland soon, so you definitely gonna try some. Yeah, you gotta try them here because they're a little bit different than in Detroit.
Right.
How does it look like? Okay, so maybe a little bit more about Detroit, and then we'll skip to Chicago. Okay, so how do you feel that?
I feel the same way. I mean, like he said, there's Hamtramck. It's a huge Polish population. My girlfriend her grandparents came from Poland. We call them głąbkis. I don't know what you call them, like stuffed cabbage, pierogies, kielbasa. Like that's on Christmas. That's what we eat. So I feel a connection over here and over here from Eastern Europe, especially. That it's soul food. It's good food for the people, and I guess it's. Verbal Kemp makes fun of me for being a larger man, but food is music to me. I mean, it's everything. It's the same thing. It's what you do. It's how you live. It's how you connect with people. So.
Okay. So now about Chicago. Tell us about Chicago. Do you know any Polish places there? Do you have many friends there who come from Poland?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, there was a lot of Polish people in the neighborhood that I lived in, and there's a huge, like you said, there's a really big Polish population.
It's the biggest outside of Poland, actually.
Yeah. So I mean. It's a little segregated, and like the Polish people are kind of in one area, or 1 or 2 areas. But for me, this is it does kind of feel like home. It's no difference, Any area, hip hop brings that, kind of brings that though. All kinds of people come together. So same stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I need you to get your hands in the fucking air right now.
Yeah, my team been through it.
Detroit had its 3/1/3 birthday this year. Did you celebrate it somehow?
I did not celebrate it, but McDonald's had triple cheeseburgers for $3.13 in Detroit. And that's how Detroit celebrated, back to food, we celebrated by selling triple cheeseburgers at McDonald's. So that's about as much as I celebrated.
Okay, did you?
I celebrate the 313th every day, just by living and spending money in the community.
Detroit versus everybody. Yeah. But how do you survive there? It's the city is very segregated, I would say, and it's one of the most dangerous city, along with Chicago. How do you still want to be there?
Detroit is an amazing place, and you've lived there before. Yeah. You know what it's like. You know that it's not just a dangerous city, and you know, that it's not just, you know, about murders and everything else. There's a lot of beautiful things to Detroit. And living there, I mean, I'm not scared to live in Detroit. I don't think anybody who lives in Detroit is scared to live in Detroit. I think it's a, you know, they soak up the community. It has a lot of character. Everybody there is full of resilience, and it's just an amazing place. It's a great place.
Okay, how about you?
Detroit, it's working class. It's a working class city. I mean, we've been through it. My parents have lived there my whole life, or their whole lives. I've lived there my whole life. It's home. It doesn't feel like anything different. Like, I know the news will put awful images of the city on, and a lot of that is true, but it's really not as bad as people think it is. I mean, there's violence, there's crime, but that's everywhere, you know. So we live. You go to work, it's the same shit as anywhere else, and you just hope to help your community by putting out good music and spreading it around the world like we're able to do, and we're very lucky to be able to do something like that for the city.
Thank you. You three are ugly heroes. Could you tell me, how did you guys meet? How did the collaboration started? Because you are from Chicago, you're from Detroit. How did you guys meet?
I guess it's through me. I've worked with both of these guys on respective projects, you know, solo songs and stuff like that before we came together as Ugly Heroes. I don't know, I wanted to put together a group from scratch and just kind of start from the ground up, and I didn't want, you know, heavily established MCs. I wanted people who were still trying to make a name for themselves, and you know, they were on the come up, and just kind of start from the ground up. So I put these guys together. I thought they would fill a void that I was, you know, a sound that I was looking for. So I mean, that's how we came together. Now they're best friends.
You did not know each other before you started recording together?
No, thank goodness, no. Yeah.
So is going to next Ugly Heroes CD, because we suppose there will be another one.
Well, we just put out an EP just a couple days ago, and if we do, we probably will. We're thinking if we do, it'll be probably next in the beginning of 2016. If we do it, we probably will. I can't see why not, unless he starts producing for like Nas. Which is, I mean, it's possible, but it's possible, but or unless, you know, I get like picked up by my parents and they take me away. You thought I was gonna say something different, yeah. You never know. We're thinking 2016 though. Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know. How did we meet? Is that the question?
I would like to ask you if your next CD is going to be different, because you now know each other, you know what to expect from each other right now. How will it change the working environment?
I think that I don't. It was really natural from the beginning. I don't know. Like, I mean, me and Verbal talk a lot of shit to each other, but we're easy to work together. We have a lot of fun together. I think that you're not going to get anything different from Ugly Heroes, and I mean that in a good way, and that we're about, Apollo has taught me consistency. It's about being consistent with what you do, and I hope that the fans, it's going to be hard to live up to. The first album, I think people really liked it, but you're going to get the same thing from us. It's working class music. We like rapping over Apollo Brown's beats, and I hope that people are going to keep liking it. I mean, that's it. Like, that's the end of it. We're going to just make good, hopefully it's better. Hopefully, so.
You know, we are who we are, and so the next album will be where we are then, and that's what we'll always present exactly what is going on in our lives, or at least in one point of our lives. So, we'll get the same quality out of it for sure.
When you gotta go, try to take it up. Moving too slow, better pick it up. You bring it on down. What up, Red Hill?
Now I was sitting in my car, chain smoking on my plate. When I'm something starting to notice that I'm hopeless every day. Between the hard drinking and the smoking, I'm thinking about the folks who gotta do this to their brain. You can't afford to walk off the job, cause you gotta get your money, and your money is your God. So now
let's refer to your name, the Ugly Heroes. You all seem like being a little influenced by heroes, by comic book, and I would like to refer to you, Red Pill, because is the Red Pill actually the Matrix character or more like a phrase from the language?
Red Pill it's from the Matrix. It's from the Matrix. It was from the movie. I picked the name when I was 19, and if I'm being honest, I wish I could change it. But it is what it is. I mean, for me with Red Pill, the idea in the Matrix is that it represents staying away from ignorance and just trying to live a different life. That's what it means to me. Trying to live a life that they tell you have to go to school, get a job, this and that. But I want to live a life that I want to live, and that's what it means for me to be Red Pill, is doing what you love and kind of shunning the system and saying, I can do this, and I don't have to do it how everyone told me I had to do it. I can make a living off of what I love, and it's starting to pick up, so I hope it continues. Maybe I'll end up being a janitor for the rest of my life, and who knows, but I hope it's music, so.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's about right.
Ken, since you love Red Pill so much, and he says that he would maybe like to change his name, so pick a new name for him.
Red meat.
So
It doesn't have to do anything with food.
Yeah, red meat.
he has anything else to do that's not involving food?
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't change his name. He is who he is. I mean, you know, I think he should keep it.
But-
And is your
I'd say at least 500 people know who you are at this point too. I would just keep it around there. Yeah, I would keep it. I like the name.
And what about your nickname, Kent? It's also based on comic book?
No, it's from The Usual Suspects. The
Yeah,
movie The
that's
Usual
what I'm
Suspects.
thinking.
Yeah, it's like the unsuspecting villain
Yeah.
in the bunch. You
It
know,
turns out to be the bad
right?
one,
You
but
think he's limping
then he
around,
gets away.
but really he understands all and sees the whole picture. So
Is that what you do?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I can't. It wouldn't be verbal Kent-like to tell you. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Apollo, we can't refer to your nickname as different heroes,
Is it
but
probably your real name?
I've never read a comic book in my entire life, so no. Apollo is the Greek god of music, and the Brown is just it's a nod to one of the best to ever do it, James Brown. So it's really simple and straightforward. Apollo Brown. That's how I came up with that.
everybody was asking when we were talking at the camp, does Apollo Brown actually has a real name?
I have a real name, but here I'm Apollo Brown. Right. My
ugly
real
hero.
name is back at home with the family and friends.
So everybody's saying that hip hop is changing, and you're coming back to Hip Hop Camp, you know, with different artists. You've been here last year with Guilty Simpson. You're here now with the Ugly Heroes. Do you actually feel a difference from year to year being at this festival, or is it still the same vibe?
Well, I went from the main stage to the hangar, so
It's because of them. It's because of them.
no, man, it's no, no. I see that people are still, you know, they still yearn for real hip hop, and they still want to, you know, listen to good music, whether it's hip hop, whether it's alternative music, whether it's R&B, whatever it is. They yearn for good music over here. So, no, there's really no difference. I think it's the same every year, and it's not a bad thing. That's a great thing, you know. And people aren't like kind of, you know, I see the same amount of people here that I seen last year and in pictures years before, and it's a good thing, man. It stays consistent, and as long as I can keep coming back, I'm gonna keep coming back.
Hope you can come back as long as possible.
What's the next step? I'm pretty.
Yeah, that would be actually a great thing to ask. So, what are the next steps for Apollo Brown besides Ugly Heroes?
Well, you know, like you said, Ugly Heroes is probably like early 2016. They have respective projects, you know, solo stuff that they're doing as well. I just announced yesterday that, you know, me and Raz Kaz are doing an album. Well, the album's done.
October
but
28th?
we're putting it out on October 28th. Then after that, I think I'm going to do a compilation album, just a producer album of a bunch of MCs, you know, and then I got a baby on the way, so I'm going to take a little small hiatus, you know, a little break, man, and stay at home for a little bit. And but after that, yeah, Ugly Hero stuff, no doubt.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any time to rest? It seems like you're working on it all the time. Like either you are on the road or you're putting out a new album. That's how I feel.
In hip hop nowadays, if you're not you know, a commercial artist, I mean, you gotta, if you don't work, you don't eat. So, you know, you gotta stay on top of everything. You gotta put out albums, put out music, and I mean, that's what I do. That's my job. I'm a producer. I make music, and I make music not to sit on. I make music to put out, and then I make music, so put out music, and that's what I do.
Thank you. I think.
Yeah. We think we're done. Thank you very much for the conversation. Have a good night, and hope to see you soon again. Jeszcze raz, to byli Ugly Heroes prosto z Hip Hop Kempu w Hradec Kralove w kolejnym odcinku This is Backstage TV.